Okay, last video of the series. So I'm going to show you how the vaccine will work with all these things that I just taught you about. So let's say here you are, you're going to the clinic to get your vaccine. Okay, and you have your dendritic cells floating around in your blood. The vaccine either is directly just spike protein, or it's using our cells to produce the spike protein in one way or another. So either way, you're going to be making spike proteins. And these proteins are going to be engulfed by the dendritic cells and presented to the rest of the immune system. So the dendritic cell, again, is going to activate the helper T cells, which are sometimes called CD4 T cells, just to let you know in case you see that when you're doing your research. And the helper T cells will then activate the B cells. And also the helper T cells will activate the cytotoxic T cells, which are sometimes called CD8 T cells or killer T cells, right? And if you remember, the B cells then become plasma cells, and the plasma cells make antibodies. And in this case, the antibodies will be produced kind of for no particular reason, because spike is not harmful. So you're going to make antibodies, but it's not going to really do anything except neutralize the spike protein, which isn't really harmful. But more importantly, you're going to produce memory B cells and memory cytotoxic T cells. Okay, so even long after the antibodies are gone, you have these memory cells. So that if you ever are exposed to the real thing, the real SARS-CoV-2, that instead of having to start from dendritic cells and then getting all these things activated, these will become activated directly. And the memory B cells will turn straight into plasma cells, and they'll make antibodies. And the antibodies will happen so quickly that you'll be able to neutralize the virus before it makes you sick. Same thing with the virus activating the memory cytotoxic T cells to be produced into active T cells, and they'll patrol the body to make sure that any infected cells are destroyed. So the vaccine basically will shortcut the process directly to the memory cells, because you'll produce memory cells so that when you're infected with the virus the second time, you can start here rather than starting here at the beginning of the process. And you'll also make even more antibodies. Like the amounts of antibodies you're going to make the second time around being exposed to the spike protein are going to be like tenfold higher and much quicker than it would be the first time you're exposed. So that's the idea behind the vaccine.